So welcome again to a new video. I'm just going to show you some coaching sessions that I did last year at the uni. It's quite a rare occasion to see other people refracting, and it's quite more just somebody coaching somebody how to do it better. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Just as an aside, if you look in the description, you'll see a link to my website, and on there are some more courses where you can learn a lot more about refracting. So let's start the video now, shall we? There we go. There we are. Got the usual disclaimer here.
Okay, so if we could just do unaided acuity first.
Yeah.
Because you've done that earlier, haven't you?
Yes, I've done that already.
But obviously that's an important feature of the actual eye test, is knowing the unaided acuity. So let's just do that first.
So, just going to cover each of your eyes in turn. If you would like, if you could read the smallest line, you can see something. Cover your left eye slowly.
Z-O-N-K-C. Z-O-N-K-C.
That's good, so that's very good. So now put in the red result that we did earlier. That's it.
Just put this one in advance. So
160. That's it. And then
So we'll just give you a heads up of what's going on just to start off. Okay, let's just change over to the graphics thing, and then we'll just have a look at the right eye close up. There we are, and you can see that there's a fair bit of astigmatism out. In fact, as you saw, that the patient was reading 6.5, but the retinoscopy, which like a lot of students is not brilliant, so it gives them a test to get the job done properly. And then let's have a look at the other eye. So the other eye is doing it's just a little bit over minus at the moment, I think, isn't it? So let's go back now to
so just as a first off thing, we've got pretty good vision on both eyes, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then we've got this result in this eye and this result in that eye.
Yeah.
Would we make any thought when we think of anything about our results, you know, given what we know already about the
Slightly less.
yeah, this seems a little bit over the top, doesn't it? But let's just keep that in mind as we're doing it, okay? So are you going to do a monocular refraction or a binocular refraction?
I'm going to do monocular. Monocular.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, they can do either. I mean, if you want, you know, doing a binocular and a monocular, it's your choice. As long as you do good balancing at the end, monocular is perfectly fine, and binocular is perfectly fine as well. I tend to do a mixture of both in my refractions, so let's carry on.
So I'm just going to pop this in your left eye, so it's going to cover your left eye. And then can I just start with. So if you'd like to look at the line that you just read.
So find out how well she can see. So at this stage we need to know, because that reading we had then was unaided, wasn't it? Yeah. So we need to know how good is our retinoscopy now. So
if you could read the last line that you can see.
I think I'd go for HZCOR.
which we're sort of expecting.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's not too far off, is it, really? I mean, it's only going up 2 lines from 6.5, was it, to 6.9.5. You'd think it would be in a diopter cylinder, you'd think it would go further than that, but I think because it's a horizontal sill, you know, often they read a bit better than they should, really. So let's have a look, shall we?
So I'm going to show you 2 lenses. Well, I'll show you a lens which time is clearer with or without the lens. So looking at that line you just read, is it clearer with the lens or without?
Without.
Okay. With the lens or without? With the lens. With this lens.
both pretty blurry.
So, okay, put plus 025 in as well, maybe. And again, with the lens. Or without? Without. Good. Or just go straight to
Well, because at this stage, if we look to the duochrome now, we know from this that minus 025 makes it worse, plus 025 makes it worse.
Yeah.
So if we went to the duochrome, it might give us some sort of confusing answer.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing is that we've probably got the cylinder wrong here as well, haven't we? We've got a bit over the top on that, really. So that is more likely to make the duochrome inaccurate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would just, because we can't really go anywhere else, can we? No. You know, really, we just got to go straight in and probably reduce the cylinder, haven't we? Because this cylinder is probably over the top, isn't it? Really?
So you start with the power then?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Okay, so looking at those dots for me, I want you to tell me if they're clearer.
Although sometimes, you know, when you've got a big still like that, sometimes you go for X's. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm with you on this.
With the power.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So looking at the dots, we want to tell if they're clearer or bolder with the first lens or the second lens of the show. So are they clearer with? One,
Two.
with two. It's kind of what we were expecting.
Yeah, exactly. That's on the wrong side, isn't it?
Good. With one. Also with one.
So, this cylinder now has changed by 2 steps, hasn't it?
So would you add a minus?
That's right, we have to change the sphere now.
Pop this in the back.
That's perfect.
Again, this is clearer. With one. Two.
Two.
With two.
So this is all going to plan, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
One. Or with two.
One.
With one.
Will you remember the 1 for 2 rule? Let's see, shall we? 50-50, I reckon. Oh, he did. He must be learning.
So with these things, what I find the best thing to do, let me just put that back there, is that you had this one in, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I like to do is, instead of taking them both out, what can happen is they get mixed up.
Yeah.
So you take this one out here. This applies to the minus lenses, the minus cylinders, but not the plus. The plus ones have to do that shuffling thing, you know. Whereas this one, so this one, you take this one out, put it down here, take the next one out. Okay. So the reason why you do that is because you don't get them mixed up.
Yeah.
So what does happen if you've got two out of the thing and you put it back in, you often put it in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So that's minus 50, that's good. So
Good tip there.
So now the cylinder's gone all together, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
So probably if I was doing it, I would probably go and do the spheres again.
Check the sphere.
But then I might want to find out if there's any cylinders going the other way.
Yeah.
Because we might have done such a rubbish retinoscopy that in fact there might be a cylinder. So because we've gone down to nothing, we've got to make sure there's no cylinders going the other way. Okay. So we need to check the spheres first because we've changed the sill by quite a lot now.
Yeah.
So we need to check the spheres now.
So looking at that same line, is it clearer with this lens or without? with the lens. And again, is it clearer with the lens or without?
Without.
Without.
Just again.
With the lens or without?
It's nearer with the lens, but it's clearer without that.
It's clearer without.
Yeah.
We should check the ceiling.
We've got to do the searching for cells bit now.
Looking at the dots again, is it clearer with 1 or with 2?
One.
1,
You won.
1. So that's that one. Now do you remember with the searching for cells you do first one, second one. She chose first
Yeah.
one, and then you choose this one better, first one or second one. First, so if you say which is better, first one or second.
Second.
That one there. So she likes that one and she likes that one.
Yeah.
So we've got to actually put in a quarter diopter cell between those two axes.
Is it about 105?
Yeah, 100 and put it in a nice round number, 110. So right side, that is the correct side. And now we probably would go for power then, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Because she's got very good unaided vision, really, hasn't
Yes.
she? So she's not got much cylinder probably, and so we do power first.
So looking at the dots again, that's 1 or 2?
Two.
With 2?
So that means there's no cylinders.
Check the sphere again.
Well, I think it's fine on that
Yeah.
base now. I think we do the other one now.
So let's switch this over.
Well, there we are. That's one eye done. I hope you're enjoying it so far. It's always very nice watching people refract, isn't it? So obviously I'm helping him quite a lot in this thing. I'm not sure how much in the year. It may have been in the beginning of the year, or maybe it's the first time I've seen this student. They rotate around, so you get to see different students. I think it was at the beginning of the year, maybe, because he maybe just done the 2 previous years of learning, and this was in the final year. So let's just carry on. Now remember, you can see the courses that I've made if you click the link in the description. So let's carry on.
So with that, what is the...
Shall we have a quite quick look at where we are on the graphics now? On the right eye, let's zoom in a bit. There we are. That is not bad, is it, really? I think just over minus a little bit. I mean, the patient's got 6.5 in both eyes. So, I mean, it's all a bit academic, isn't it, really? But, you know, what happens when you're learning? Your retinoscopy goes wrong, doesn't it, to start off with? And then this sort of thing happens. It takes a long time to go back to where you started. So let's have a look at the other eye. Well, this is where we are. We're a little bit over minus. So let's just see. We'll put it back to the main screen again. And there we go.
lowest line that you can read?
Z-O-N-K-C.
Bottom line.
Looking at the line, is it clearer with this lens or without? With the lens?
With.
And again, with this lens?
Without.
Without. And again, with or without?
Without.
Without.
So just on your cross cylinder twirl, yours is pretty good actually compared to an awful lot, I've got to say. But if you can see, this is the ideal, better first, second.
Yeah.
That's first, that's second. So it's like a very quick turn, yeah? and then you hold it there so they can see it. Better first one, better second one. Yeah. So that you hold it for a while, and then you call the names. Better first one when they put the first one on, and second one when they put the second one.
Okay.
Oh, that's that kind of thing, you know.
So, looking at those bits for me, is it better with the first one or with the second one?
Second.
The second?
So she likes that one.
That's it. First one. That's the second one.
Second.
That's that one.
Should I do it?
No. So she likes that one.
Yeah.
She likes that
So
one.
you're on 30.
So yeah, about 20. Because it's 45, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
45 and 180. So I normally put it in at 20 because if I'm going to, with a small cylinder, if I'm going to move it, I'll move it by maybe 20s or 10s.
Yeah.
I won't, you know, so if you're going at 25, then why go to 5s? You know, it's such a small cylinder. So go in at 20. Yeah. And then when you put it in, just make sure that it is exactly that, so that's fine.
Okay, would you check the power first?
I think I would, yeah. Because she probably hasn't got a
Yeah.
has she?
So looking again at the dots, is it better with 1 or 2?
Two.
With 2? Straight back out.
Yeah, straight back in, that's fine. So we've done the sills now.
Yeah. Should check maybe on dual frame.
Well, I mean, now what's happened now is we've done the sills. So this phase, we've done the sills phase, haven't we?
Yeah.
So earlier on, we did spheres to get to the sills, and now we've finished the sills. So now we've got to get the balancing. So we get the spheres are going to be achieved by the balancing technique.
Yeah.
Because this is probably about right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? But this might go a bit more because she's got 6/4 vision. She's got very good vision. So if we basically want to move from this phase into the binocular balancing phase. So the spheres are going to be achieved by the binocular balancing bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Crosses and times with.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're feeling positive, go for 107.5. I mean, I always like. I think at your level of whatever.
I almost said competence there, didn't I? But I stopped myself. I thought that was very good of me.
I normally go for a slightly bigger. I mean, I personally never use anything less than I use a 1 sometimes or a 125. I never go for a 75. But that's it. So, and in this phase, try not to put your hands in front. Okay, try and keep them at the side like this. Okay.
So if I cover your
So
right eye now, is that blurry in your left eye?
Can't see it.
Good. So looking at the chart for me, is it better with this lens or without?
It's pretty much the same, to
Pretty
be
much the
honest.
same. With this lens or without?
Without.
With this lens or without? With the lens?
okay, so this is a sort of situation where we're not quite sure really, because she's got enough competition. How old are you now? Sorry.
46.
Yeah, don't want to mention it. There you go.
Not me.
So you have to be a little bit cautious here, don't you? So I think we'll just leave it out for the time being. So what I like to do at this phase is get another 125. Just give me the other 125. And then with this, if you say, oh, is that a bit blurred?
Very good.
Yeah. And is that a bit better?
Yes.
Okay, so by doing those two things, I've now swapped over eyes. We know that they're both blurred. And she's also said yes a couple of times. That was good time.
This is an important point actually, which is when you're getting better and better at it, the more times that you can get for people to agree with you, say yes, not being indecisive, you're giving them good positive things. It really helps the actual eye exam go along. So try and get them to say positive things all the time. Try not to give too small a change or get them to not be sure. If you give nice positive things, then they feel much better about it when they're having their eyes tested. Then they're getting it right.
So looking at the chart, is it clearer with the lens or without?
With.
With. Clearer with the lens or without? With or without?
With.
With. With the lens or without?
Without.
Okay, so it's fine. So we want to do that blurring bit again. So blur this one up and let's come back to this first eye again. We want to sort of be going in the plus direction. I mean, she's going to be reading glasses, isn't she? We want as much plus as possible.
Yeah. So again, is it clearer with this lens?
Always think of the end result. Keep that in mind. Always, this person needs reading glasses, so we need more and more plus.
Without.
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 Yeah, that's a bit nervy on that. So let's just swap this back over the other eye. Let's see if any more plus on this one.
With the lens or without?
Without.
Okay, so if we want.
See, swapping over a few times, just getting them to relax their eyes. Could have actually gone down to slightly less plus there. Now you've gone in with the 125. You could have gone down to 0.75 if you're feeling confident, because the person's not accommodating anymore, or probably not accommodating. So yeah, you could have actually in this one you could have gone down to 0.75 or a slightly less stiff and get a more natural situation.
Wanted to check, we could maybe check on the red and green now if we wanted to.
Looking at the dots on the red and green, are they clearer on the red or on the green?
Clear on the red.
Okay, put -75 in, see if it goes onto the green.
Does that go onto the green? Maybe green?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just say which one is which. Rather than saying, because sometimes you don't want to be wrong, do you?
Yeah.
So let's try the other one. Which one's clearer this time?
They're both pretty much the same. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the green is less clear.
So the
The
red
red
is
is
clear.
clearer,
Right,
sorry.
yeah, that's all right, that's fine. Yeah.
If I show you this lens, which one's clearer now?
They're both exactly the same.
Same.
So this one is either that's red even, and then this one was red. What was it? So that's red. Is that one red's clearer?
Red's clearer.
Yeah. Put -25 in.
I just couldn't remember.
What about now? What about the same?
Yeah, they're both the same.
Okay, so that's the red to even, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's probably the balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so put that away now.
Well, there we are. That's the eyes done. I think, have I forgotten to do one thing? Let's have a look.
And then the final phase is the. That's it. Yeah.
And the chart, is it clearer with these lenses?
So at this phase, usually it doesn't usually get clearer. Okay, so at this phase, it's usually either the same or worse.
Okay.
Okay, if you hopefully got enough plus,
Yeah.
it hardly ever is you've done it. So usually I'd say, oh, is that the same or is it worse?
Yeah. So is this the same or is it worse? Without.
Worse.
Worse?
That's worse. Yeah. So there's no more plus in there. That's good. So now it's the reading bit now, isn't it?
There we are. We've done both eyes now, and we're going to go on to the reading glasses. She's 46, so I think she wants some reading glasses. Yeah, I think she said she had some reading troubles. So let's go on to the reading. Now remember, have a look in the description, click onto the website and see my training courses.
Is that nice and clear
Yeah, it's lovely and clear.
on the top?
Yeah.
So what have we put in there?
1.5?
1.5. Does seem a bit aggressive.
A bit too much, maybe.
Well, because if she's 46, which she is, and she
Plus one.
really, yeah, I think for me that would be
A bit too much.
a bit too much. That's more of a sort of 52-ish person, that is, rather than 46. So 46 is only just at the start.
Now I'm going to switch over to this other so we can see what's going on, because I'm never quite sure what's going on.
A bit lower than that.
A bit low, plus ones.
Plus one's put in first.
Yeah, that's perfect as well. Yeah.
See, we want to go as low as possible. We don't want to go larger range. Exactly, that's right, yeah. So, if you
Yeah,
want to...
he knows, he's read the books.
Just measure the distance. What sort of distance is she holding it over, would you say?
So about 40 centimetres.
Yeah. And how many diopters is that?
2, 1.5.
I always love asking them this. It's a simple thing, isn't it? And I always ask them how many diopters the distance is. They never know. It's really funny, but yeah, let's see what happens.
2.25.
100 divided by 40. 2.5.
I was right the first time.
No, you said 1.5.
I was going to say 2.5.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so that's fine. So that's good. So what we want to do is this age group actually is quite tricky actually, because you can quite easily go up and up and up. She could accept 1.5. You probably could accept 2, because when you put the larger ones in, it relaxes their accommodation. So it's really actually quite tricky actually to get the. It's a shame we haven't got the old glasses to know how much she's got in her old glasses, because then we're probably going to be getting the same actually.
Yeah.
But probably we don't know what it is, but we'll have to just guess it. Really.
Yeah.
But it's a shame we haven't got it, but that's right. So let's have a look here. So let's have a look at
The smallest that you can read on the chart.
It's the 64% as we went along in the
Top
steamy
one.
heat, yes.
Right.
And then what do I get to push?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
If you want to push the chart back until it goes blurry,
you might have to take it quite a long way,
Yeah.
because this +1 has got a very long range.
slide.
Yep.
Still clear?
No, I'm starting to lose it about there.
About there?
Yeah. I'd be confident I could read that.
That's okay, shall I do that for you? There you go. So that is 63.
Yeah, that's good. If you want to hold it and bring it into your foot until it goes blurry up close.
There.
So that goes to 21. Yeah, so that's
21.
so from there to sort of there, that's about right, isn't it? Really, sort of. I often, with older patients than this, I actually use. You see this one here, the plus. So just hold it there like that. So put the plus over, put the minus over 50 in first. So that's it. Better with this one in, or better without it?
They're not dissimilar. That one seems nearer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more magnified.
That's so about the same then, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, I often go, that's minus 50,
Yeah.
isn't it? I normally go down, so I go down by a quarter. There we go. So do minus 0.15 plus 0.50, see what happens.
Minus. So this one.
Or better with that.
Without, I would say.
Yeah.
This one better.
He's twisted it round now.
With, it's clearer with that one. It seems nearer with that
Yeah.
one.
So I maybe go up a bit. I mean, it's sort of between this one and the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think really, as we haven't seen the other ones at home, then we probably err on the side of safety and go for the ones.
Yeah.
Because if we went for 0.75 and the other ones were slightly stronger, then you might come back and say, oh, these other ones are better.
Yeah.
I think if we had to guess, I think we would go for the ones in
It's
this case.
slightly stronger.
Just, yeah, but in this, often you don't actually, often you go for the one.
Yeah.
But in this case, because we don't know what the glasses are, and you're actually getting on okay with the glasses, aren't you? I
Yes.
think it's not that wasn't really the reason why you come in, was it? Really, that's right. Yeah. So there we go. Have a look here. I wonder what happens if you do minus and plus 0.50 on this one, just out of interest. But it goes up. See, that's the problem with this technique with this age group. It creeps up, unfortunately, because they can relax their accommodation, because she has got some accommodation. She talked about that earlier, didn't she? Going in and out of focus, remember?
Yeah. So, is it clearer? Is it better with distance? Or without? with,
Without.
without, with, without, with.
Yeah. So this is one, and see that's the problem, is it can creep up and up and up, yeah. And it would be nice to know what the other glasses are. That's out of interest, just see what happens. This is asking for trouble. And also got to make sure she holds it back down here as well. This is the same again, let's see what happens. So normally what happens is that you get, with older people, you get, so plus of 50's worse, minus of 50's worse, and that's it. Yeah? When you get to this 46-year-olds, they're like, you know, 125 might be a bit hard, you know.
Yes, it's just a sort of combination, I guess.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, exactly.
Is it better with the stance? Or without?
With, so that's going down, isn't it?
Yeah.
So probably I would go, I'd stick with the one, I think, you know, really, that's probably the safest option. When you look through those glasses you've got at home, how blurred are they far away? Are they super blurred or a bit?
Yeah, they are quite blurred far away. Yeah.
If you put that plus one in, are they more blurred, you know, if we put this one in, is it more blurred than these ones?
No, not that I would say. It's probably.
That's a natty little trick to find out how the glasses are. Sometimes you can find out, you know, how blurred they are. Obviously, it's not very scientific, but it gives you sort of a bit of an idea of whether, you know, the old glasses that you haven't seen, they've left them at home or something, are worse. So there you are.
Yeah. The seat obviously is blurred, isn't it? Yeah. It's tricky, isn't it? That's right. Yeah. Right, that all looks good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed that. It was quite a nice thing. I mean, basically the patient had no prescription, just needed reading glasses. Very straightforward, but it was quite a long journey to get there, wasn't it? And I think a lot of little tips there. So in my courses, I'm going to put these little tips all down in one thing so that you don't have to watch all the videos. You can just look at the courses. So have a look in the description and see about the courses that I've made already. So thanks very much for watching and happy refracting!